Alrighty, welcome everybody. Thanks for joining us this evening from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. Please let me introduce John Haremza.
Hey, Brett, fantastic. I'm coming to you from Sioux Falls, home of Valentis. I'm here with Don Carson. Actually, about 18 different people here filtering through the office here this week. Crazy, crazy busy. Whir of activity of what's happening there. But folks, here's what I can tell you is there's so many things happening right now with Valentis. I mean, Dr. Joe Ahrens was in, videos, tools. I mean, there's so much going on right now. International expansion, websites, manufacturing in other parts of the world, warehousing, just a lot going on. I brought Don through the warehouse, the international warehouse, and millions and millions of dollars sitting on pallets on the shelves, waiting to service our customers. So a lot of great things happening. Guys, what I want to do is I'm just going to pop through a presentation, and throughout this presentation, when we get towards the end, I'm going to talk a little bit about how to approach people as well, to really simplify our business. But the first thing we need to talk about is are people looking for what we have? And I think number one, I mean, people are definitely looking for more money, and we're sitting here with this threat that we have in the world, with this virus. I mean, there are people being laid off. I mean, you look at all the events being canceled, travel, restaurants, hotels. I mean, this is affecting everybody. And what's great about what we do is they can sit at home, they can build their business. If they get laid off, they don't have to, be out in the public. And so I really believe, I mean, this is terrible what's happening in the world, but I can tell you that I do believe there's going to be a lot of people looking for ways to make money from their home. And, people that have been laid off, and believe me, nobody's hiring, right? Unless you're making wet wipes, maybe then they are. But, there's, I think there's just huge opportunity right now. Better health, and again, not to just keep bringing it up, but right now, I mean, probably one of the most important things is a strong immune system. We have our immune product. I mean, there's several other products within the Valentis line that will help, strengthen your immune system, help your body be in great health. So, so it might reduce that chances of having a major, effect on your life here. And of course, the time freedom. So bottom line is, what we have at Valentis, people are looking for. And so, first point, guys, you need to get excited about what it is we have, because we have alternatives. We have alternatives, ways to make money, ways to better and strengthen your health and have time freedom. I was talking to someone earlier today on a three-way phone call that was in franchising, and we were talking a little bit, and I forget what point I was trying to make there, but it was a good one. I'll think of it later.
The cost of entry.
Oh yeah, the cost of entry to get into a business, and oh yeah, that's what it was. I mean, literally, I mean, we have people making $500,000 a year, with a phone and laying in bed, right? I mean, they may make a transition to the couch a little bit later in the morning or day, but I mean, this is an incredible business model that we have that fits into our life and gives us that time freedom. And again, just reinforcing, 96% of the people, I mean, they're laying awake at night, worrying about their health, worrying about their finances, looking for an alternative, many of them living a life of quiet desperation. I think the key here, folks, is just, knowing that what we have, people are looking for. And I've always said, people buy people. I mean, when you're excited about something, when you really believe in something, when you think you have something to offer, you're going to get people's attention. And so people are waiting for you to reach out to them, to give them some alternatives and a lifeline, an alternative to maybe what they're doing right now. And what makes it all possible, of course, not just Valentis, but it's this industry of network marketing, 70 years now this industry has been around. Over $178 billion of products, goods, and services marketed this way, you know, and it simply is a better way to reach an end-line consumer. Right, it's a better way to build a business. It's the more you learn, the more you understand, the more you believe, and you know, like this lady that I was talking with earlier today that sells franchises. I said, when you start understanding this business model and what we have and what we offer, and to be able to do it with literally no cost, just a commitment and some consistency and some focus, you can build a global, worldwide business. It's pretty amazing, and that's all it is. And that's what I was sharing with her. It's nothing more than another form of distribution, right? I mean, you know, you think about retail, you think about, you know, all these, you know, stores and such. I mean, 50% of the cost of those products is advertising, right? Paying actors and athletes and high budget advertising campaigns. I mean, literally millions of dollars to get you to walk in there and pick it off the shelf. And of course, when I say walk in there and pick it off the shelf, you know, people aren't wanting to walk in right now, right? They want to stay home. And we have a business model that can do that. The other thing I believe is just key is getting in an environment of success, getting with a company with all of the elements that are required for success that are in place. Because if 2 or 3 are missing, I mean, you know, you could take me with all the success I've had in my life, put me in a company, put me in an environment that you know, something's missing and I'm going to struggle, right? It's when all of these elements, which I hope to help you understand are in place here right now, come together where the magic happens and the fortunes are made. So just getting into Valentis real quickly. You know, Valentis, the word, it's actually Latin for prevail. And I think really, when you really look at, you know, spawning right from the CEO and owner of our company, Dave, I mean, this word is very, very fitting. We got our start in July of 2014. And you know, to date we've done over $200 million in sales, debt free, you know, based out of here, Sioux Falls, South Dakota. That's where I am right now. Millions of dollars, you know, in capital backing this thing up, so we're able to grow and expand globally. And that's another major point. I mean, you know, not only can you do this from your home, but you can do it all over the world from your home, tapping into that global economy. And one of the other big things that we have is what I call the sixth element. It's the culture, it's the vibe, it's the energy. You know, it's you know, it's just something special taking place with this company right now. Now, one of the major areas that we focus on is weight loss. And this is an area that I know a bit about because I struggle with my weight my entire adult life. And when I say that, I mean, I've tried everything, you know, and that's what I know about people that are overweight. They're willing to try almost anything. And I've tried, I think, everything. I've done the meal replacements, I've done the shakes, I've done the prescription drugs, acupressure, hypnosis. I mean, I've done all. And one word sums it up, and that is miserable, right? I mean, that's where all these diets fail. People are, you know, they're starving themselves, they're depriving themselves, they're eating a meal in a bag, they're drinking a chocolate shake. I mean, it is extremely difficult, and so as a result, you know, the weight loss is permanent. You know, they may try it for a week or two, a month or so, but they go back to their old habits. They gain the weight back. They're frustrated. They're disappointed. And you think about the brilliance, right? The brilliance of coffee, something people are already spending money on, something people are in the habit of, they love, they're never going to stop drinking it, and then have that help you manage or control your weight. Folks, simply brilliant. I mean, whether you know, want to do something else to help you with your weight, but the idea of doing something you love, you're in the habit of, you're going to do the rest of your life, you're already spending money on, and have that help you control, manage or lose weight, you know, simply brilliant. Matter of fact, folks, we've got a Valentis app, right? Share Valentis. If you haven't gone there and downloaded that, puts the business in the palm of your hands, in your phone, gamifies the business. But the reason I bring that up right now is there's a video. Most of you have not seen it. There's a video under the opportunity section in that app titled Diets Don't Work. And it really helps, people understand that. It also helps in that video, that little 5-minute video, talks about why network marketing is so powerful and makes so much sense compared to a traditional type business. So I encourage you to go in there and check that out as well. Today, we as a company, we have all kinds of weight loss products, are 24/7. I mean, we have cocoa, we have a juice product called Trim. If you want to live the keto lifestyle, we've even got a product to help you with that. So just, a lot of different products in this area to help manage and control your weight, the coffee being the centerpiece. We've got an energy drink, less than 5 grams of sugar, half the cost of what you find in the stores with the Red Bulls and the Monster drinks and such. Immune, we just talked about that briefly. Not a more important time to keep that immune system in a great way than right now with our immune. The Max Spray. Again, for me, circulation was a big thing. My arms fell asleep every night. I mean, every few hours I'm rolling over because my arm is numb. Since taking the Max, have no issues with that right now. So that's exciting. Our new Instant Youth with our $5 facelift. Again, a powerful product, powerful demonstration, huge industry, skincare. We have a couple different products here. We have the Instant Youth. We also have our Ageless, which more of a long-term type skincare product. Our More Detox. I can tell you, all I would do here is go and Google Carbon 60. We have exclusive marketing rights to the list of benefits, health benefits to Carbon 60 are a mile long. Once you begin to understand the power of this product, it's something you're going to want in your life. And then we have Immulin. Folks, I think this is probably one of the most scientifically documented products within the industry of network marketing, bar none. And I say that because a lot of companies talk about their science and they talk about their studies and their research. And, you drill down and you find out all it is on ingredients within a product. This product has a clinical study published in a peer medical journal on the product itself, on Immulin. That study talks about its effect on inflammation and how it helps your body manage carbohydrates, and most importantly, it talks about how it actually shows in there how it outperformed metformin for the treatment of type 2 diabetes. Obviously, this is a supplement. We can't make any health claims. I'm just stating what the study shows about the product. Timing, you look at anyone who's ever made any money in network marketing, timing had a big thing to do with it. And, the thing I've learned about timing is, it's about numbers. It's getting involved in a company, at the right time. And when there's a particular market that hits a certain number, it's like it goes into critical mass, right? And that's 10 million a month. And although we have crossed that threshold as a company, right, globally, if you break it up into the 3 main regions in the world, whether you look at North America, you look at Europe, you look at Asia, I mean, combined, we've crossed that threshold back in October of that $10 million mark. But if you break it up into regions, all markets are in that sweet spot, right? I mean, that very, very exciting spot. And I think what could happen here in Valentis is all 3 of these markets simultaneously move into this critical mass window. Something I don't know has ever happened in the industry of network marketing could happen here with Valentis. And all that means is things are going to get very, very fun and very, very exciting. Compensation, again, coming back to what I talked about, network marketing, 50% of a product in a retail, environment is advertisement. It's paying actors and athletes and high budget advertising campaigns. Here with Valentis, that 50%, is given to you and I, real people, real results spread over 7 profit centers. And I'm not going to get into all of those profit centers because it'd be a bit overwhelming. You know, and we've got, you know, great, matter of fact, I'm going to refer back to the app. There's several videos embedded in the app that can help you better understand this compensation plan, right? Whiteboard presentations, drawn out, dissecting, overviewing each of the 7 profit centers. So all I can tell you this is the profit centers, you know, this comp plan is, I really believe, in my now 30 years in this industry, biggest, best comp plan I've ever seen. So the question is, can I do this? And I'm going to bring it back to the phone again. And because we only do 2 things, you know, we share Valentis with others, and we follow up to determine their interest. And as far as sharing it with others, it's never become more easy than it is right now, utilizing the Share Valentis app. The Share Valentis app, everything is at your fingertips, all notification driven. You know, not only notification driven, but you know, when you send somebody a video, you know that they watched it, you know how much they watched it, and if they watch it again, it logs all that information, so you know when to follow up. You know, I mean, literally, I could send you a video, and I could see that you watched only half of it, and I could call you up and say, hey, Brett, just checking in with you. I see you just watched half of the video, wondering if you got interrupted or if it just wasn't interesting for you, you know, or I see you watch it again and say, hey, I see you just watched the video. I mean, literally, you're done watching it. I get notified, and I call you up and say, hey, I see you just watched my comp plan video, wanted to see if you had any questions, right? I mean, folks, this app is incredibly powerful. So one of the things, in the way that I approach people, because this is a business of sense of urgency, it's fear of loss, you know, getting people, your job simply getting people excited enough to want to look. I mean, when you send somebody a link, you want to prep them. You want to get them excited. You want to get them waiting for that link. But you don't give them too much information, or they don't think they need to look at the link. Okay. I mean, it's prepping them, right? I mean, listen, I just got introduced to something. I'm super excited about it. I don't know if you've ever heard of Valentis. You need to check this out. You create this suspense. You create this sense of urgency, this fear of loss, and then you send them the link. So they're excited to see it, right? You say too much, they don't think, they prejudge it. They don't think they need to look at it, right? And again, you can go sync your phone with the app. All your contacts are there. The app is going to log everything you sent, when you sent it, if they've seen it, and notify you every time they look at it again. So it's a great way to help manage your follow-up process as well. So, you know, can you do this? You know, can you get excited about what we're doing, and can you share that with someone else? Can you use the app, you know, in the palm of your hands, you know, giving somebody a quick call and say, listen, I just found out about something. I'm super excited about it. You got to check this out. I'm going to send you a link, right? And then you know when to follow up, because you know when they watched it, and you can follow up. You know, we've got all kinds of support tools, such as conference calls and 3-way calls and events, webinars, things of this nature, that you want to drive them to kind of feel the excitement and what's happening, you know, on a global basis, national basis. So the other thing I think that's important is getting people started properly, right? And the key here, I think, is helping people understand their options, and why these options are important. And you know, basically 5 ways you can get started. You know, one is you stick your toe in the water with a box of coffee or a box of any one of our products. You know, and actually this is the highest price way to get started, because you're paying $59 per unit. You go with the starter pack, 3 units for $145, little better value, 6, you know, for $239, a little better value again. But here's what I tell people: if you're serious about wanting to really make this work, you need to start with either a business pack or a career pack. And I tell people there's 5 reasons why that's important. The first one is it sets a good example. I promise you, when you sit down across from somebody, they're going to say, you know what, looks really good. What did you do to get started? And you're going to have to tell them. And so the way you get started, you know, you have the ability to set the pace, set the example, and how others are going to follow, right? So, you really have the ability to set the pace on how your business is going to grow and duplicate and multiply. Having a workable inventory, with our 6-day experience or our $5 facelift, or just having product on hand when somebody says, hey, I want some, and you can put it in their hand right away, makes a major, major difference. You can't sell from an empty basket. Again, best possible value. You buy 1 box or 1 box, 3 box, whatever, you're up in that $59 per unit range. When you buy the business pack, it's $36. You go to the career pack, $33, right? So you can see how that can maximize your earnings. The other big thing is demonstrating a commitment. When somebody takes and gets started, with 1 box or 3 box, what they're telling me is they don't really believe. They're not positioned in the comp plan to really make any money. So it ends up kind of being a self-fulfilling prophecy that they don't have success. You want to position people to have the greatest chance of success, which is going to be setting the right example, getting them a workable inventory, positioning them to maximize their earnings. As a Ruby, you automatically go from 5% to 20% the dual team commission. You go and your qualified just starts for legacy bonus, which is another $100 on every business and career pack that you bring in. And this is a big thing, matching check, right? You start, at a Ruby or a career pack, you automatically get locked into a 4 or 5 level matching check. So I guess the last question is, do you want to do this? And, folks, we have fun. Have fun, lose some weight, additional income. I tell people that's kind of the worst case scenario, right? Literally, you can't not sell weight loss coffee, right? You literally would have to make a conscious decision not to talk to somebody, because you say weight loss coffee, people want it. I speak from someone who, myself being someone who struggles with weight, if it's as easy to control, to manage, to lose weight as drinking coffee, I promise you they're going to want to try it. You just need to be excited about it. You need to open your mouth, let people know it exists, and all of a sudden you can begin experiencing the benefits of Valentis. But I can tell you what's driven me in my life, sort of what ifs in life. Some people are, what if it doesn't work? I'm like, what if it does? What if, you could make an extra $1,000 a month? What if you could do this part-time without giving the security up of your full-time job? What if it actually turned full-time and you started making, that high 5-figure or 6-figure income? Or what if it turned into dream income, right? As it has for some already. And the ability to work from home. Today, more important, more on the minds of people than ever before, to have that commute from upstairs to downstairs. What I think we do is not just give people an alternative, but we give them their life back, right? I see it all the time. Companies own you, right? You're fighting traffic. They, control your day for the good portion of the day. You got to take, get permission to go to a doctor's appointment, or get permission to go on vacation, or if your kids are sick, or you just don't want to work. You know what? If you come a day in Valentis, you just don't want to work for the day, guess what? You just don't, but your business just keeps on. The personal development, the tax advantages, the recognition. You can tell folks I'm a little excited about what we do and what we offer. And I really think that's the biggest key. The biggest key in having success here is understanding, the power in what we have, helping people understand the power in what we have. Understand this is a better way, right? A job isn't going to get it done, right? A second job isn't going to get it done. Starting a business, the risk is high and not possible for most. For most of us, this is not just a better way, it's the only way, right? And, are there challenges? Sure, there's challenges. Are things perfect? Of course not, right? What I've learned is this: it's challenges that create opportunity. And is this easy? No, it's simple. It's simple, not easy. It does take effort. It does take some work. It does take some consistency. It does take some focus, but we're here to work with you and help you through that process. So with that, we're about out of time. I'm going to let Don say a couple words here. He's sitting next to me, and then we'll turn it back to you, Brett.
Yeah, it's been an exciting few days. I just want those of you that are curious about the last couple of days, having the chance to sit with John and Dave and a number of other different leaders that flew in to meet with some future ideas that the company has. Timing is everything. You know, my career business-wise, to be honest with you, has always been one of timing and seeing an opportunity before it happens. And, you know, to be honest with you, we've been learning and earning for almost 5 years now, my wife and I. We came to this industry out of the necessity of losing weight because of a boating accident. We just weren't really comfortable with what was happening to our lives. And the products actually got us back on track. And most recently, the Imulin totally has changed my life. I'll be honestly one that can be a testimonial on a soapbox and tell you that without that product, I'm certainly not as productive as I am today. So I'm super excited about our product base, but more importantly, as John shared, I'm really excited about the opportunity to be able to learn and earn with all of you as we expand across the globe. You know, this is a company that's helping a lot of people dream again. And, you know, we've got a great group of people, including John Haremza and the other leaders that are in this company globally that are here to share with you that this is the way to build a business from the comfort of your own home, you know, sitting in front of a TV or on an iPad or a phone. You don't have to travel necessarily to be able to build this business. You can do anything you want from the comfort of your own home. You can even, you know, get on a Zoom with us and don't shave for a week like Brett Griffin. You know, it is possible that you can build a business here without having to be, you know, completely in a suit and tie. That's not what I am excited about. What I'm excited about is real people, real results, and the fact that we're all consumers sharing products. We're all customers of this company. And as this company brings new products to the table, that means more consumption throughout the organizations that you create. So, Brett, we're going to turn it back to you. And, you know, I've listened to John again for a couple of days, talking to different leaders, doing different three-way calls to get new ideas all the time. And for those of you that always think of this as a training, we've got some people that are flown in from out of country, believe it, to share the excitement back in their country that we're going to meet with for dinner tonight. But I want to just say to you, we're underusing the power line. And I think the power line portion of our program is the seed that can help you grow your business because it causes a fear of loss. And I think I'm going to put John on the spot, maybe just to take a 2-minute conversation with all of you about taking the time to understand once again how to introduce somebody to a free position in your organization, then send them the power line video to share with them what it's all about. John, would you just, because I heard you today and I thought it was quite good.
Yeah, you know, we have all of our websites in our back office, and I believe you can probably, you know, pre-enroll from any of those. But we also have them all within the app, right? So however you do it, whether it's through, you know, you use the valentistour.com, you know, / your thing. If I was going to prospect, let's say Brett, right? Who's that? Oh, yeah, answer it. If you were going to, lost my train of thought. So if I was going to prospect Brett, right? And, you know, I might give Brett a call, and of course the key to anything is setting it up, right? You need to set it up by being excited, right? Get them excited to want to see it. And so I might give Brett a call and I say, hey, Brett, listen, I just got introduced to something. I'm super excited about it. You need to check this out. Okay. Now just that alone is going to pique his interest. Or, you know, hey, Brett, I just found out about something. I can't believe it. I mean, you know, I can't wait to see it. Just something to create that energy or excitement without telling them anything. Okay. And Brett may say, well, what is it? You know, tell me about it. And I say, listen, I'm going to send you a link, and it's going to require you, it's password protected. It's going to require you to put your name and your phone number and your email in there. And that's going to give you access to let you see what I'm talking about here. Okay. And then he says, okay, well, you know, yeah, send it over. So now I send him valentistour.com. Right now, I've already because if you send that link to someone without pre-warning them, guess what's going to happen? they're gonna, I don't want to put my information in. I don't know about this. You know, they're afraid of downloading something on their computer or their phone or whatever. So you text it over to them, and warning them they got to put their name and their information in. So now they get it. They're not surprised. Okay, I guess this is what he told me to do. I got to put this in there. And so you do that, and then as soon as he does that, you know, then he's got access to watch the video and hear what I was talking to him about. But I also get notified, whether it's through the app or whether it's through, you know, the normal Valentis site. You get notified that you got a new pre-enrollment. Brent just pre-enrolled. Okay, now what am I going to do immediately? Is I'm going to send Brent, and I'm going to go in the app. I'm going to grab the PowerPoint video through the app, and I'm going to say, hey, Brett, I see that you successfully, you know, pre-enrolled. And so I just want to give you a heads up and help you understand what this is, what's going on here, because you're going to be getting some emails letting you know that we already started to build your business, right? Of other people that did the exact same thing you did, which is, you know, take a free tour and look at this. And so to better understand that, take 5 minutes and watch this video. Now I send them the Powerline video. So now this whole thing starts making sense for him, right? And of course, I'm going to get notified when he does that. And then I'm going to take, after he does that, I'm going to probably send him another video out of the app that says, hey, here's a video of some testimonials of what some other people are experiencing. You see what I'm saying? Right? And so you get their nose in the tent with curiosity, not telling them anything, getting them pre-enrolled, and you go do this to a bunch of people at once. It creates an energy. It gets the power line moving. But the key is doing the follow-up, getting them after that has occurred, get them that power line video so they see what that's about, right? And if you really want to do it, you know, do this to a bunch of people at once so they're all pre-enrolling and they're seeing those messages. You get your whole team doing this, all of a sudden we've created excitement and we've created energy. But you know, in the past we've got people pre-enrolled, but we don't give them the Powerline video, so they don't know what it's about, right? And then after they've watched the Powerline video, sending them a testimonial video to see what other people are experiencing. And then after they do that, you invite them on a conference call to hear what's happening around the country, right? Get excited, but think about that curiosity. Think about that. You know, too many times we get on the phone and somebody expresses a little bit of interest, and we give them a drink with a fire hose. We just unload on them. The key is you want to use, because this is a business of duplication. You want to get them the tool so they can take and hear about it, right? So their curiosity is there to want to see that tool, and then they say, hey, I could do that. I could call up a friend and say, hey, I just learned about something. I just found out about something. You got to take a look at this. This is unbelievable. I'm going to send you a link. I mean, they can all do that. Well, what is it? Well, that's why I'm going to send you the link. You got to see this. You see what I'm saying? So anyway, with that, David called me here in the meantime. Don's talking to him in the bathroom. And so,
hey, thanks, guys. Thanks for sharing tonight. You know, I wish I was down there with you and Don there, John, but always inspiring, and thanks for everything this evening. So I'll be posting this right away for everybody to share on Gets Results. Give me a couple of minutes, and I'm just going to go in here and stop the recording.